The most important thing a guitarist or any musician can have isn't an expensive guitar or even talent. It's musical intuition. Musical intuition is the ability to understand or create music based on feeling or instinct, rather than conscious reasoning or formal knowledge. It allows musicians to make spontaneous musical decisions, develop creative ideas, and connect with music on a deeper, more immediate level. Think about it like someone's fluency and command of a language when it comes to language, but instead with music. In my opinion, this is what differentiates good players from great players. A lot of players are really good on a technical level. They can shred, they can play super complicated licks and riffs, but all of that comes from learning tabs and sheet music and muscle memory. Whenever someone hands them a guitar and asks them to play something, they just freeze up. I realize that a lot of people are in this position and that it is really frustrating. In a musician's journey, it's arguably the hardest thing to foster and grow. I'd say musical intuition is the difference between the people who can just play a couple of songs on guitar and the people that play guitar. Okay, maybe that's a bit of a sharp exaggeration, but truly, having musical intuition will make you a better guitarist and musician overall. You might think that growing and improving your musical intuition is quite a difficult thing, but it's actually much easier than you think it is. All it takes is time, effort, and consistency, like all good things in life. Here are 3 ways you can improve and grow your musical intuition to become a better guitarist or musician. 1. Listening to a lot of music genres with a lot of diversity. Translating an idea from somewhere else is the finest approach to gain new ideas for a song, and it can breathe fresh air into pretty much anything. Don't just listen to rock, even if you just play rock. You can only borrow and learn so much as a rock player if you only listen to that genre. Your favorite musicians have borrowed so much from other artists and groups from other genres. If you feel stuck in what music you should listen to, a great way is to actually find out who your favorite musician's favorite music is. What did they or do they love listening to? Use their inspirations to see where they were coming from when they were writing your favorite music by them. Your depth of understanding with your favorite bands will also be deepened and improved too. I reckon you'll also enjoy the music so much more and find new music that you love just as much, if not more. If you were learning a language, this would be the equivalent of learning basic words, phrases, and grammar structure. You can cover everything in theory. 2. Know your tools. When it comes to musical intuition, it's all about letting your ideas flow. You need to make sure nothing is disrupting or blocking your path when you're at the beginning stages of developing your musical intuition in order to have the best and fastest possible growth. That's why it's important to know your tools, your gear. If you guys have watched my 2 previous videos so far, links in the description below, you know that I am a huge advocate of using the gear you already have to the fullest in order to have the best playing experience and for you to be the best player you can be. I mean, heck, this whole channel is all about being a mindful guitarist and musician. Know your gear well. Make using your gear second nature to you so that when you have an idea, you won't struggle too much and lose the idea. It's like trying to explain to your friend how to get to the grocery store when you only know 20 words. You have to know your tools. You have to know your gear. Buying new gear because it looks cool or sounds good will only hinder your musical intuition development progress. If you were learning a language, this is the equivalent of getting used to grammar and sentence structure. Not the building blocks exactly, but the blueprint so you know where to place these blocks. This helps with your fluency and improvisation. If your understanding of the blueprint fails, then you won't know where to place these blocks, these words, these phrases. You'll have no sense of fluency. It's much harder, if anything impossible, to form a sentence if you don't know the grammar or typical sentence structure in a language. The same goes for music when it comes to your tools and your gear. And surprise, surprise, that even goes for intermediate and advanced players like myself. I actually sold one of my guitars recently because it had just been lying around collecting dust the past couple months I've owned it. I pretty much had no use for it. For someone like me, I own a lot of guitars and that was just gonna take too much of my time, so I feel much better because of that. New gear is fun and awesome, but like I said earlier, it takes time and effort to learn how to use them properly in our contexts. This is why some guitar heroes have famously stuck with one guitar for their entire playing career. Eric Clapton has technically stuck with the same guitar his whole life. I mean, sure, he might have swapped guitars throughout his career, but when he was going on tour or when he was performing live, he pretty much only performed with just one guitar. At that point, for players like him, it pretty much becomes a fifth limb That's part of the skill and finesse with the instrument. They know the gear inside out. They don't have to struggle or fight with it, or they don't have to play any guessing games. There's no interruptions because they know their gear. Number 3. Jam or rehearse by yourself or with others. If you haven't played with yourself alone before, make sure you do it in a private space when you have time to yourself before you do so. Why would you do it in front of other people? You don't want to get caught in the act red-handed. Because honestly, that's pretty embarrassing. If you haven't played with yourself alone in a musical context, however, then make sure you do jam by yourself at least once, because it's pretty important. You need to be comfortable and secure with your own ideas and playing style. That'll give you the confidence to explore more musically and to also play in front of and with other people. Playing music with other people, particularly friends, is one of the great joys in life, in my opinion, and nothing can beat that sensation for me ever. Music is a language, and like learning any other language, you can't just lock yourself in a room with your head shoved in some textbooks. You actually have to go outside and talk to people too. Jam sessions are conversations and dialogues. They force you to interact, react, propose, listen, adjust, communicate, and improvise with the words or phrases that you know. And hey, maybe you'll also learn some new words or phrases from your friends during these sessions. Like said previously in the introduction, think about musical intuition like someone's fluency and command of a language when it comes to language, but instead with music. Can they improvise something on the spot when given a question or phrase to react to? Do they know how to perfectly phrase and word the response? Or is it both? Can they do both? I want to add a sub-point to this, sort of like a PS. You should also try playing in front of friends or people at least once. That sounds intimidating, but it is honestly one of the most fruitful and fun experiences you can have as a musician, I think. It can also be quite encouraging to see people react, hopefully, positively to your music you enjoy playing and listening to. Music connects everyone together, and that's what I love about it. Anyone and everyone can enjoy listening to it, creating it, and playing it. Regardless of where you're from, how old you are, what your life has been like, it's for everyone. It's humanity's universal language. Keep an open heart and love shall enter it. You'll meet so many great people, hear so many great stories, and come across so many great cultures for this great joy and gift that is music. It's an opening avenue to life. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you found this video helpful or enjoyable, because it really lets me know that there are people who enjoy this content, and that means a lot to me. Comment down below who your favorite guitar player is, and if you could only have one guitar, what would that one guitar be? Let me know down below again. See you guys in the next video. Thanks.